and let's get it.
I'm Chance Ivy, Senior Technical Designer at Epic Games.
And I'm Galen Davis, producer and evangelist for Quixel at Epic Games.
Last summer, we revealed the first look at what's coming in Unreal Engine 5.
Heck yeah.
The next generation of our real-time technology, and our demo, Lumen in the Land of Nanite. Since
I didn't watch that one,
the engine team has
honestly,
been
so
working hard on
everything I'm going to
preparing
see
the
here
tools
is
technology
so
for
entirely
creators around
new.
the world to get
There you
their
go.
hands on
I had to get
so
the
that they can
space bar
explore
ready
new
because you
features
space
and
bar then you
provide us
talk.
with feedback.
You know how it is.
Now, just a few months ago, we assembled a small team of
Okay, pretty boys, I don't care. Show me the pictures.
to see what they could build. using
Okay, I'm
these
just kidding. Thank you guys for your work.
The result is a new
beautiful.
practical sample project called Valley of the Ancient.
Valley of the
Today,
Ancient.
we're excited to give you the very first hands-on look at some of the new tools and workflows that we use to build it.
Now,
Okay.
we've got a lot to get to.
This
so
is
let's
this
get
is the
started.
early access. Now, yeah, this is captured on Xbox Series X. If you guys can't see that little slippity sloppity in the bottom left, dude.
When setting out to make our demo, we wanted to push the boundaries of
Frick!
what's possible with 5 today, while
What?
targeting next-gen hardware specifications.
Oh, I wanna look at this a little closer. Like, you can still just like, if you were like nitpicking, you can tell that this is digital. But my freaking
There are
goodness.
sequences running in real time on PlayStation 5 and Xbox
Dude.
Series X.
Look at the fire! Holy frick! Like, you can still tell it doesn't quite have that lifelike flicker, but my gosh, that looks
Okay,
beautiful.
Welcome to the brand new UI in Unreal Engine 5.
All right.
While a lot of the same features and functionality that you've come to know in UE4 are still present in the new
Yeah,
UI,
yeah.
we've added several new systems that put you at the center of the experience.
Dude, that's insane.
For example, the content browser can now be accessed like a drawer using hotkeys, allowing you to keep a clean workspace.
Dude, in
while still
Unreal
having
Engine, like,
access to all the
you can
content that
totally
need.
use this for, like,
We can
making,
also
like,
collapse
digital
and
skits
restore
and things
editor
like that,
tabs to
too.
From the sidebar,
Like, you do
maximizing
mocap
the
and everything in
experience.
Unreal Engine 5, I'm
And
pretty
you're gonna
sure.
see a lot more of the UI as we get further into this presentation, but we can't wait for you to get your hands on it.
Oh, my
Now,
goodness.
one of the main features of Unreal Engine 5
Nanite?
is Nanite, our virtualized micropolygon geometry system that frees artists to
Oh,
create as much.
dude. Look at this. Freaking A, dude. Are you seeing this? Are you paying attention to this? Lotsy. Did I lose you?
Yeah, I realized I was still muted. It
Oh.
looks better than real life.
this is
Detail as
this
the
is
eye
better than
can
real
see.
life. I want VR,
Virtualized
full
geometry
immersion,
supports
please.
Orders of magnitude more triangles without compromising speed,
Shut up,
and
phone.
replaces the
I gotta
traditional
mute you.
system of mesh LODs, handling all detail transitions.
I don't care what they
seamlessly
call it. This
without
is
any additional
beautiful,
setup.
dude.
In other words, Nanites lets the artist create while the engine does the work. Switching to
All
this
right.
Nanite visualization,
What
you can see
are
individual
you?
triangles rendered out
Oh,
as
dude, this
different
reminds me
colors.
of, like, you know when you would, like, hook up your Super Nintendo or your N64 and you'd have to turn it to channel 3? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this reminds me of.
At first, I was like, that's iffy, but yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's
Through the
beautiful.
viewport.
Gosh.
And because the geometry is now virtualized, you can feel free to place assets like these all throughout your scene to
That's
fill out
crazy.
a massive player space.
That's crazy.
Using this debug
That
view,
depth of
you
field
can
is
see
super cool as
individual
well.
Instances represented by different colors from swatch to swatch.
Dude, this is abstract art. We don't need artists anymore. You just go into Unreal Engine 5 and click buttons and stuff. There you go. Sell this for $1 million.
Each instance
Frick.
in this environment
There's gonna be
contains around
one
2
guy
each
just
line,
like drinking
providing
wine, like,
references
yes,
of
it's this, and it reminds me of that.
Yeah, she's pinky's out and he's sipping. Oh yes, this reminds me of the one time when I was a child. I stubbed my toe.
It's complete creative freedom.
Midlife crisis. That's all I have to describe that kind of art.
Palette
Using
is
releasing solution.
It is superb.
Temporal super resolution.
It's just a filet
keeps up with
mignon
all this new geometric
art.
detail to create sharper, more stable.
Dude, this is
images than
insane,
before,
though.
With quality approaching true native 4K at the cost of 1080p.
Okay, so I'm assuming what he means there is you can get it super close to 4K resolution, but they don't even offer 1080 options anymore. That is how I would interpret that. I'm not an expert, though. I don't
While
program in
highly
Unreal
detailed
Engine 5.
assets are great on their own. High quality lighting that realistically reacts to your scene is what opens the
Oh my
door to more
gosh.
dynamic worlds and immersive gameplay.
Watching
Lumen
that
is
shade.
a fully dynamic, real-time global.
Like, I just want to point this out because, like, I'm a camera nerd. I love cameras. And so you have one thing in cameras, it's called, like, HDR, so, like, high dynamic range. And depending on what your exposure and settings like that are, is going to depend on how it picks up light. And so if you're in this darker cave and you want to pick up all this stuff like on this left side, like I don't know how well it translates for you guys. I can see it pretty good, but I have like a really nice like HDR10 monitor, right? But you can see the depth in there, but it doesn't lose any of the detail in the rocks. I know it's digital imaging and it's like a CGI image in Unreal Engine 5, so it's easy to say, oh, we have the maximum range and stuff, but if you were expected to take a picture of this in real life with like a DSLR or any type of photography camera with a lens combo, this is pretty much exactly what you would expect if you got the right exposure. That's bonkers, dude.
That immediately reacts
Like, it's to the point where it doesn't even look computer generated.
Yeah.
It looks like someone's just going through with a camera.
Yeah.
Allowing for true physically based setups.
Like the only time that I see and think of this as, okay, this is a computer generated images, is when it's doing like the over the top like pans and rotations, like the movement just, and we'll back it up so you guys can see it, but the movement just isn't quite as steady as you would get from your eyes.
Time of day settings,
like,
allowing for true physically based setups.
I don't know how well it
photorealistic
translates to you
environments.
guys because
The Megascans library.
you know, the compression of like streaming and whatnot, but it's like that uncanny valley effect where it's so close to reality, but there's something that you can't quite explain as you're just off that makes it feel not quite real.
Physically based services and objects.
Now, this may sound weird,
Uh-oh.
but the other thing is it might be too clean. Like the
Like too
edges
sharp?
might-
Yeah.
too sharp.
That-
That's the only thing I can really think of.
Yeah, because when I think about it, like these back here are pretty decent. They got a little bit of like a feather effect. But even on these images right here in real life, like anything that isn't like I would argue anything that's not within like 20 feet of you is going to have like a slight feather. And like these rocks back over here, they look really sharp. The only thing feathering, quote unquote, that is just me not being able to see it super clear because of how far away and how small it is. So I think you're onto something there. It's too over sharpened.
Working in tandem. Also, thanks to the new
Yeah, and you can really tell when you get to like the close images.
Yeah,
it just,
yeah.
It looks way too over sharpened.
Yeah.
Modifications to things like atmospherics, sun position.
Oh my
and fog.
gosh.
And for this example, we wanted a fully dynamic
Dude,
scene.
but that's beautiful
No light
though.
baking.
Like if I pause that, you could be like, all right, I could see a camera producing that. Like, because the camera would be a little over sharpened here, but you can see the depth of field blur here, blur there. It's even like the only difference is these rocks right here and this rock are about the same distance away from the camera, but this one's sharp. So I think what they're doing is they're doing like a vignette blur where you have everything that's centralized and it kind of stays a little too crisp, too clear, but holy frick,
And realistic
dude.
interpolation between the different times of day.
Okay, that was a
Of
good
course, when in
sunset though.
development, having access to high quality content
I wish
that's
this-
easy to use helps you iterate quickly and saves lots of
Okay,
time that can
look.
be better spent elsewhere on your project.
Look.
With
This is
Crystal now being a
insane.
part of the Epic
You
Games
just
family,
smash
we've
things
made the
together,
full Megascans library free
and they give you the
open
Megas-
for all Unreal Engine users. Bridge,
You don't even have
our
to do any
online browser
texturing or
for
anything
Megascans
anymore.
assets, has historically functioned as a standalone application for quickly exporting
you wanna make a
assets
game?
in bulk directly into the engine, albeit separate from.
I've been wanting to make a game for years.
Let's do it.
That Bridge is now
Look at
natively
this.
Integrated directly
Oh
into
my
the engine you run.
gosh.
Now you can simply drag and drop assets directly.
Yo,
into
you
the
guys
The
wanna-
only thing I can say about it now
What's
is
that?
a lot of it is like desert texture, where it doesn't really go through anything else other than that.
Yes, I'd be curious to see
We are
what the other
constantly looking to enhance
compositions
the
and stuff they
value
are.
of the Megascans library. And today we're excited to announce that we're adding a.
Because I mean, yeah, you can make an entire game in the desert.
Yeah.
It's been done before, but
Yes.
like buildings, like
Mhm.
different wood structure, brick
Yeah.
texture.
By combining existing assets from the
So I know
Megascans
Unreal
library,
Engine 5, like, there's a couple different things. Like, you can literally do the 3D, like, modeling yourself. But there's also a lot of sites where you can get the 3D assets and just kind of pair them and plug them together. I think what they're talking about here with, like, the mega base or mega structures is you can take all these pieces, slap them together, and then you have, like, one giant hill or
pre-assembling
one giant
elements
structure.
that could be quickly accessed and
I don't
leveraged
even want to make a game. I
populate
just want to
scenes.
see the thing in action on my
Using
monitor.
a Moab set,
Yeah,
let's
that's
add an
fair.
assembly to our scene. And just like that, we were able to
That's
quickly
so
change
easy.
the composition of this area in our map.
Look, this may be a little blasphemous, okay? But just think about this for a second, all right? If you read the Bible, it says God took 6 days to make the earth, right? And on the 7th day he rested. This computer program can make it in like a couple hours. You just slap everything together and boom! Here, there's Earth, buddy.
With
Frick.
UE5, we are reimagining what collaboration looks like for teams.
Might get
and
smited
projects
here,
of all
but it's
sizes.
okay.
A common
Yeah.
challenge when collaborating on large worlds is deciding how to structure map content so that everyone on the team can easily work without asking.
I mean, I'm full of
Also,
ideas for
Woody,
games if
Fulmer's
you
point.
want to do, you know, the actual
A
work.
new system called World Partition makes traditional world-building workflows obsolete.
I'm
by
gonna
changing the
just
way
quote
we
that.
think about map
I'm full of ideas for great
Rather
games
than
if you just want to do,
requiring
you know,
artists to build
the
out
work.
map content as a series of streaming levels, World Partition allows teams to think of a single map as
Oh,
one large world that gets
dude.
broken down automatically into many smaller,
This
streamable cell.
is genius because you can have like a multi-faceted team work on one map, one cell at a time, and just like
on the grid.
meticulously perfect all
cells
these
can be
little
selectively
details.
Loaded or unloaded in the
I'm gonna see if
editor
they.
to save
Do you have
on
any
edit time
images that
resources,
aren't
allowing
sand?
artists to only load up the sections of the map that they need.
We
On
got
top
some
of
map
that,
stuff coming up.
changes to
Okay.
actors in a world partition map are tracked at the actor level.
Yeah, and these are all
not
just
the map
assets
level.
that you can download
This
and
one file
throw
per actor
in.
approach empowers different team members to work on different actors in the same
That's
map
sick.
without having to worry about their changes getting clobbered in a merge or having to revert to get someone else's edits.
That's insane.
Now,
That's so
this
cool. There's a
approach
lot of
means you
video
can have-
editing software. So I'm curious, because there's a lot of video, like Hollywood movie editing software, even Adobe, whatever, however the frick you say their stupid name. They have like this multi-person workflow, and then you have like DaVinci has like multi-person workflows. So the fact that they're doing this with Unreal Engine 5 makes me think they're looking to try to step into the realm of like
of
special
artist
effects,
lighting,
maybe.
set dressing, and reworking the landscape simultaneously.
Because essentially that all
within
you
the
would
same
need
virtual space.
is a green screen in Unreal Engine 5, and you can make anything happen with a real actor. I mean, I'd be
Managing
curious
this
to see
much
how
content at runtime typically
how well the
requires a ton of
personnel,
thought about how to stream
like,
relevant
creation
content
works,
in and
but-
out to stay inside performance budgets. Fortunately, World Partition handles that as well.
I mean,
At
we
runtime,
have
only the cells
quite a
in
bit
the
of
user-defined
friends that
radius from our
know
player are
coding
loaded
and
as
stuff
one.
like that. We
Yeah.
should make a video
All
game.
cells no longer needed
That'd be
are replaced
sick.
by their lower resolution, hierarchical level of detail, or HLOD version. And since all projects have different requirements, the cell size and loading radius are fully configurable to
Huh.
match each project's content streaming needs.
that's pretty cool. I like that. I want to see.
Another
Okay,
feature,
we're gonna fast forward a little bit.
Unreal Engine.
Hey,
Okay.
that's what Minecraft does actually.
Many runtime
Yeah.
and interactive frameworks in Unreal Engine are getting significant updates in UE5.
Okay.
One thing we've added
Show
for
me what you got.
animation is an experimental new full-body IK solver, which is designed to give you better results with less work.
Show me the
Here,
shading.
You can see it in action.
Look at how
as
soft the
works for our
shading
player
is. That's
character,
so good.
Echo corrects itself to adjust for variations on the ground below her. It's deterministic,
That's super cool.
reliable, and around 10 times faster than before.
Oh my lord! Look at
To
all the
build and maintain
complexity
more
and just
scalable
that
gameplay
walking
system,
scene.
We've also added a new framework called Game Feature Plugins that will allow you to build. And
Okay,
ship
I want to
game
look. I'm gonna
content
pause and look at these structures real quick. It's weird because they're over sharp, but they're not clear. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Like they're sharpened, but they're not quite clear, which is what throws it off of reality.
in a more modular way.
That's so cool though.
They added like a darker outline,
Sure.
or like a sharp outline,
Yeah.
but not the internal thing sharpened.
Right. That's fair. That's a good. Look at you.
Register new
making the
input
big
actions
brain
for
calls.
players, and interface with other frameworks such as animation. When we shifted into the Dark World, we also activated a new
This is
game feature
insane.
to give Echo a brand new attack ability.
Oh, look at all the
of
particles
assets
that
and
got
logic
destroyed.
needed for the ability, including new animations, input control.
Please tell me they have
blueprint
particle
code,
control
VFX,
like that.
and audio
That
are
would be
contained inside this
amazing.
plugin, and core game classes have no idea. that these
Wait,
assets exist
can you
until we
go
activate them.
back like 10 seconds? I want to see if
Control.
the like banners
All of the assets
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
moved when she
including new
threw it.
I see what
We
you're
also
saying. So
interface
go
with
back.
other
Go
frameworks
back to
such as
here-ish.
animation. When we shifted into the Dark World, we also activated
Okay.
a new game feature to give
If those
Echo a
banners
brand new
move when she
attack
hits it,
ability.
that's amazing. Oh no, they just kind of
All
stayed
the
waving.
assets and logic needed for the ability, including new animations, input controls,
Okay.
blueprint code, VFX, and
That's
I
a
was
bummer.
gonna say, because that would be
Inside the
very
software.
difficult to
And
pull
core game
off,
classes
but
have no idea
it
what
would have made it
assets
a
exist
little bit
until we activate
more
them.
realistic.
Yeah, like you
We've
might have
also
to hand
added a
animate
feature
something
called
like that.
animation motion warping, which allows you to manipulate root motion animations to adapt them to the world.
Dude, this is insane. I
Echo's
kind of want to
vault
buy
animation
Unreal Engine
was
5
authored
now.
To the specific dimensions of this rubble.
Let's do it. I'll buy it as well. We can make a game.
Leveraging motion warping, we were able to add
We need to get a
notified
mocap
states in
suit.
the vault animation asset that can react to transform data passed in via blueprints. This allowed us
Can't
to
you
use the same
make
animation
one of
vault
those?
over other
Mocap
assets of
suits?
different dimensions, like these pieces of debris, by sending information about
I
their
could-
size into the
so-
motion.
You could make a suit that would have the markers and things like that for camera tracking, but I want it to be able to wire directly into the computer so it tracks my motion in a program so that I don't have to hand animate it.
Before triggering
Or hand
the vaulting
animate as little as
animation,
possible.
The blueprint script determines her rotation.
Ah, I
how
gotcha.
high
I
up
was
she
just
jumps,
thinking of
how
the
far she
like
needs to
camera
move to get to the
tracking
other
one.
side,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
where
Camera
frequency.
tracking is cool though. Like that's
Motion
easy.
warping
It's
then
just
adapts
stickers,
the
a bunch
root
of white
motion
stickers
vault
or
animation to
you know
match this
stickers that
data.
you can track points on the
Also,
camera.
For the Rift Interact animation, we used motion warping to place Echo in the perfect position in
So
order
they're
to ensure
doing
her
all the
hand was
motion
always
stuff
flexible.
actually inside of Unreal Engine 5.
So on the topic of animation, Unreal
That's
Engine 5
insane.
also includes our in-editor rigging tool, Control Rig.
Dude. That's sick. I wish there was a little bit more glow, like a more aggressive glow effect off of the orb, but I will say that subtlety is pretty cool. It just doesn't seem very bright.
Meet the Ancient, a film quality creature
Oh, okay, it looks really good here. Holy frick.
imagined and built by our friends at the Aaron Sims Creative Company. We partnered with Aaron Sims
That's
and his group of
sick.
talented artists to concept the Dark World and to bring it
This
to
is like
life through
something
an
that you
enormous
might
mythical
see
adversary.
in like Shadow of the
Now, every
Colossus or
single
like
animation
Final
for the
Fantasy.
Ancient was authored wholly in engine by the Aaron Sims creative team,
That was animated entirely Unreal Engine 5.
using Control Rig and Sequence.
There was no
our linear
mocap or
cinematic
anything.
animation tool. Also, just to push the boundaries a bit, they even built it out of a collection of nanite meshes totaling
Oh
over
my
50
gosh.
million triangles attached directly to the skeleton.
50 million.
Control Rig was designed to keep artists close to their creations without having to bounce back and forth between software packages,
Oh
allowing them
my
to quickly
gosh.
iterate, all inside Unreal. While imagining the battle between Echo and the Ancient, we wanted to give the
I don't even know
creature
what
a
to
heavy
say,
laser
dude.
attack that Echo would have to avoid. We needed it to track Echo's location in the arena
That's
and fire
freaking
a slow,
bonkers.
sweeping blast towards her.
That looks
Taking
sick.
advantage of the full body IK
That
cell
looks
mentioned earlier,
sick.
we were
I
able
bet-
to
I bet you
influence
could
the
do a
direction and
tracking-
distance the Ancient reaches out during the firing
Yeah.
animation, based on where Echo is in the scene.
And you could do it
Let's see the
track to
results.
player controlled model.
Here is what the base firing animation
Oh my
looks like.
gosh. So that's the base fire, sure. I wish the hand would move with the beam. Maybe that's something they're going to touch on here, but I feel like it loses a little bit of its like oomph for its impact if the hand doesn't
And here
move.
it is again, with the full body IK post-process layers enabled, and our info about Echo.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Control Rig, designers and artists can now author fully dynamic
Yeah,
animations
Dude.
that does add a lot to
without
it.
having to build complex animation stations.
This is literally the thing that I
Numerous
complained about. And they're like, oh,
animation
don't worry, we have it so that it automatically simulates
In
that for
Unreal
you.
Engine 5, we've completely
Oh my
overhauled the audio engine,
gosh.
centered around Metasounds, a new asset type used for every
Metasounds?
sound effect in our demo.
Okay.
Metasounds bring the power and flexibility found in material editors
Dude.
to audio creation, providing fine control for authoring procedural game audio. With
Oh
full
my
audio
gosh, I'd be
synthesis
interested. I'd be interested to see what the full like layout is for just this like little cinematic cutscene that they're doing
capabilities
here.
and a rich audio function library, Metasounds give unprecedented control over sound effects and runtime applications.
Oh my gosh.
Using Metasounds,
All of that just made that one noise. Okay, we're gonna go back for a minute. Just think about the complexity of this and listen to the noise. I'm gonna shut up.
capabilities and a rich audio function library, Metasounds give unprecedented control over sound effects and runtime applications.
That was it! It took all of that to make the one
Using
little laser
Metasounds,
sound.
We built the Ancient's laser attack out of a combination of sound samples and synthesized audio.
Oh my lord.
Is it weird that I actually understand that?
Let's briefly
Oh
break
my
down how it was
gosh, dude.
set. Using the stereo mixer, let's isolate and play just the synthesized charge sound. This effect is made by using a handful of sound wave generators and multiple modulation.
Oh my
modules.
gosh.
Now,
Like,
let's mix.
I get how this works in theory, because when you're doing any type of synthesization or modular sound, like with soundboards, you're literally running cables, like 1/4-inch cables, from this like little sound pit to this little sound pin at a different MIDI box. So I get how that works. Like, I'm not super proficient at it. That's just what's happening here digitally, but there's so much more
back in our
complexity
sound
in the
samples
digital
to hear the
version.
final result
Holy
again.
frick. That's a pretty decent sound
All right,
animation.
let's take down
I wish
the
it was a little bit more punchy on the low end. Oh, she one hit that raid boss, dude. One hit the raid boss. This is gonna be me and
come on,
TBC.
That's two. That was
No. The first one was just to get his attention. Hey, baby girl. My name's Echo. And the second one was I'm gonna kill you by
Now,
blasting your head off.
everything-
Okay, I don't need to listen to what they actually have to say here. Dude, that was insane.